Hello, and I am Randy, and welcome back to another deck profile. And in this one, we're going to be showcasing a cool little twist on Blue Eyes Chaos Max. I decided to experiment with locals and see if the OTK potential still holds up to the meta. Spoilers, no, it don't, but it held up pretty well against the meta. I mean, it's not like brown breaking rogue, but it does catch a lot of decks off guard, especially if they do not understand what you're trying to do and trying not to kill them. And then also of course it's side deck also as well, type format. So let's just get right into the deck profile itself. Of course, because it is a Blue Eyes Chaos Max, we are running, of course, the 3 Blue Eyes Chaos Max. You want to optimize yourself as much as possible seeing this card, because this is your win condition. This card does the damage that you want to do to win the game. So nothing, of course, see nothing else to be explained about it. Then off to the Blue Eyes engine stuff. 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, of course. It starts, I mean, it's your advanced ritual target, so it sends it from the deck to the graveyard. And we are not running the other Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, because every time I seen it, I hated it. Like, every time I seen it, it was like, no, I don't want it. So, of course, we have the 3 Blue Eyes, and of course, the only one alternative, you don't want to see this card too much, because, one, there's so many ways to search it out. It's not more of a pure Blue Eyes, so cut it down to 1, because it is nice to search it out if you want it to just get a pesky spot removal off the board. So definitely the 1 Blue Eyes alternative. Then, of course, the 1 Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. This card is just insane. Pops back row to go for your OTKs, rips cards out of your opponent's hand, and brings back your materials if need be. Now, some more of the cool spice. Choose a Borgs, just standard spice for Blue Eyes max builds, because it completely decimates meta decks. Like, you can rip out tons of extra deck cards from their extra deck to the graveyard that will completely ruin their strategies, and also sets up your extra decks as well to do some cool little things in your extra deck as well. And then to round off the stun stuff is a Mac Factor Pain. Basically, if you're going first, you can just say ritual him out and make your opponent skip their main phase 1. So it basically makes you go in second pretty much still, even though you're going first. So really good to go into, just to stun your opponent off for their then, of course, the incantations. Chalice Slime, he is just in here pretty much to reveal, discard, and special summon an incantation from the deck. Of course, the incantation lineup: 2 Talismandra, 2 Candle, and then 1 Bookstone, and then 1 Pencil Plume. These do all your searchers for all your ritual stuff, and also these are also key crucial parts to the combo that you're trying to get off as well. So that rounds it up for the incantations. Next, we're going to go off to the spells. Now, spells pretty much follow the same suit of lineup for standard Blue Eyes decks. 3 Melody, good Ash Bait. But if it does resolve, you're pretty much going to go off, and basically another way to search off your Blue Eyes Chaos Max without really wasting incantation sources into it. And of course, the 3 trade-in draw spell, just to make the deck as consistent as possible. I mean, if you can't afford it, Pot of Extravagances, because you don't need your extra deck anyway, so definitely get that free off. Now, ritual spells: 3 advanced rituals and 2 chaos forms. Chaos forms are pretty much just going into after your advance resolves, so making everything live. You don't want to max yourself out on seeing too many ritual cards, because then it can just be just a brick. Like, it's just dumb. Then 2 pre-prep, just search for your Chalice Slime, and then also to bring back a ritual spell if you already used it. Definitely really good. It's so much plus for the deck, and it's really good. 1 Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn, sometimes you just need that extra extender. More draw power, because this deck needs draw power. Like, you want to get into the combo as fast as possible, and also to unbrick if it does happen. So 1 Pot of Desires, because there's tons of 3 ofs. Say a 39 card deck for Upstart. And then, of course, now the combo itself, 3 Creature Swap, and then, of course, 2 Xian Spy. Now, with this, if you're unfamiliar with the style of deck this uses, this is pretty much you just Creature Swap or Xian Spy your incantation monsters and give them a 0 defender, and then do your 4,000 double piercing Blue Eyes Chaos Max into it. It's just 8,000 damage instantly. It's also a really good way if you're going first to stun your opponent because you just Xian Spy your own incantation to them. So pretty much the incantation then locks them out of using their extra deck. So it's kind of like an instant like extra deck lock if you go first to stall your opponent out. So definitely a really cool combo to do. Pretty much it's a stun Blue Eyes Chaos Max variant. Like, it's nuts. For the extra deck, it's nothing too crazy. Small rank engine. We have the, say, Puppet Giant Grinder just to pop things. Of course, the blue Galaxy Eye Cypher combo. Full armored Cypher Blade and Cypher just to pop things, take their stuff, and just stun your opponent even more out. Then, of course, we have the negation now, Photon Lord, and, of course, the Titanic just for negation if you're going against a heavy spell deck. Now for your, basically, Zaborg targets, 2 Herald the Arclight searches a ritual spell or ritual monster when it's sent to the graveyard, so definitely good. 2, a Nest, it just pops a card when it's sent to the graveyard, so awesome. And then, of course, the Blue Eyes cards you can send as well. Say Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate can protect your Blue Eyes monsters from being targeted or destroyed by battle. Twin Burst is just great to send and bring back just a insane, or if you just have 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons out coincidentally, which can happen sometimes, you just say instant fusion into him. And then Alternative Ultimate is just good if you ditch him off, you can reborn him off in Chaos Levianeer's effect, or if you have Monster Reborn, it's just into it. So that is pretty much the cards you would send off in Zaborg. Now we're going to go to the side deck. Side decks is just more meta stun. Back row decks, if they're annoying, if they're in your locals. Solemn Strikes just to stop the special summons for some decks, because that instantly can shut down a deck sometimes. The most broken card in this format, I believe, 3 Super Poly, just destroys boards. Like, it's nuts, like, especially with a Blue Eyes deck. Especially if you want to disrupt your opponent as much as possible, because you want as much stuff as yours to resolve as possible. So 3 Super Poly definitely necessary for this side. Pankratops, again, another just insane card for this format. Free special summon, pop something, insane. And then, of course, to round it out, we have your instant fusion targets. 1 Mud Drag, 1 Predaplant, and then 1 Starving Venom just to fuse off into your Super Poly. Just Super Poly targets. Nothing too crazy, just standard stuff, just to stun your opponent as much as possible to allow you to OTK them, literally, with your own monsters in a Blue Eyes Chaos Max. So it is really cool. It's a really fun deck. It catches people off guard. The side deck's pretty much there too, because once people start figuring out what you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it, they're going to try to counteract it as fast as possible. So the side deck definitely comes in to stun them back, so you can actually pull it off and hold them off even longer. Plus, it's just, I mean, the meta is just crazy, especially with Sky Striker Orcus running around. Hopefully, maybe not for long, but we'll see. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe like always. And until my next video, bye-bye.